that's where you'll find me, where the big backcountry lies. There the cowboys free to ride, out under New Mexico skies.
Brice Chapman, along with all of his animals, do an awesome show that he does all over the country in schools and rodeos for all the kids. And now watch as he builds the big loop. And this is called a Texas skip. It was made famous by the late great Will Rogers, and he does it moving down the arena. What do you think about that? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brice Chapman.
I need a quad iced venti 3-pump vanilla latte.
Quad iced, okay.
Yeah, and I'll take a white chocolate mocha.
All right, anything else?
That's it.
Okay, I'll see you at the window.
I cannot pronounce some of the things that we're supposed to order anymore. There's a new language out there. Who would have ever thought that a cowboy would say, Google it? Look it up on the internet. Right? Get on this deal here, come on. You get the hardware the easy way. Attaboy. Huh. Shoeing horses is a lost art because a lot of cowboys can still shoe horses, and there are a lot of guys that go to farrier schools and learn how to shoe horses, but just doing it for a living every day, a lot of guys won't keep doing it, or they'll find out that it's harder than they thought, and they'll just go ahead and pay somebody else to do it. And that's a blessing for our business because we've been doing it for so long. You like your shoe job? You want to smile for them? Just smile. Smile for them. Good boy.
A yodel is constructed of mainly vowels. Hey yodel-o, yodel-a-tee, yodel-dee. A lot of people have a real weak falsetto, you know, and you can't do yodel with a weak falsetto. You gotta have a real falsetto like Mickey Mouse. Come here, Pluto, come on, boy. Down, Pluto, down, boy. Anyway, you develop your falsetto by singing falsetto like a cattle call.
Well, the wind blew and the cow shit flew, and we didn't get back for a day or two.
Yeah, the Uncle Fred song is about this very thing, driving those cattle to town. Learned a lot from him, and you know, there's a line in there about stories around the campfire, and he was a great storyteller and a great teacher. He'd ridden with Pancho Villa. I mean, he'd done a lot of stuff. Not by choice. He was in jail in Mexico when Pancho Villa came through town and said, all right, here's the deal, guys. You can go with me or we'll just blast you right here. So he said it was a real easy choice. So yeah, he rode with him for a while. Everything in the song is true. It all really happened.
From the Spur's Head, Blanchard Bay to the trademark fell, the
circled his head. The cowboy from the old school, whose amigos laid down or dead. The old man of Magdalena, I was his button, he said. The hungry roots of my cowboy soul were fed by my Uncle Fred. I recall cattle falling in the blowing sand and riding night herd in the rain.
We're approaching Clearfield from the south. And this first house, this is where Dick lives, and he's like our only resident. And Dickie was the town drunk until the bar closed. And then he dried up. And this is where the bar was. And the bartender got caught serving minors, so he got closed up, and he lived back there in that little house. And then there's a cemetery. A lot of the neighbors are resting there. We were calving, and he hadn't been to town for a long time. I mean, he's just tied down. And he come in, it was a Sunday morning, and I said, you know, it's been a long time since we've been to church. And he looked at me and he said, every time I go out of that door, I go to church. He always will say, you know, you can't go out in the spring and not believe in God. Everything's coming anew, and the new calves. And so anyway, I wrote this poem. Have you ever seen the mountains when they're covered up with snow, or watched an evening sunset leave its purple afterglow? Have you ever seen a newborn calf a-wobbling to its feet, and before it's even minutes old, it knows just where to eat? You can't get up in the saddle and ride cross prairie sod, or see an eagle on the wing and not believe in God. A cowboy doesn't worship in a building made of stone. He worships with his maker out with nature all alone. His church is in the great outdoors, the valley heaven's gate, and his favorite hymn's a coyote that's calling to its mate. He makes his own communion as the choir of songbirds sing, as he cups his hands and drinks the fresh cold water from a spring. And he doesn't do his tithing dropping money in a hand. It's by being a good caretaker to the creatures in the land. So from the dawning of the springtime to autumn's goldenrod, there's no better place to worship than to be out there with God. So next time you see a meadowlark singing from its perch, he's inviting you to worship with him there at nature's church. Oh, I love the meadowlarks too. There was one right there on a post. That's the things I enjoy. I don't have to have man-made entertainment, I guess.